it again. I've done it again. All right, now let's fix that. Dear oh dear. Hi, how are you? I'm Steve, this is Woodworking Masterclass. Only today, I don't think there's going to be too much woodworking going on because I literally, after I finished the stream last Monday, I have not been back into this shed since. So nothing's been done, but I've been busy building the other classrooms and that. So I hope you hang in there with me, and I haven't posted any videos. I've been too busy to edit, but I've got to catch up on those as well. Here's the box we were doing last week, or the forget-me-not cabinet. See, it's still in the tail, boys. Anyway, I thought, because I've been, the last day or so, I've been out chasing timber. It's got to come out of something good. Out chasing timber for my forge. I've been using chainsaws and axes and what have you. They all need a sharpen, so I thought, well, I might as well come on and stream and say good day and get some sharpening done. I don't know if I'll do a full 3-hour stream because I really am dead tired. And I didn't put my apron on because I don't want to get gunk all over my apron. But we'll sharpen some axes. Here we got popped in. Michael, g'day. How are you, lads? Hi. Janet's place from Utah. I'm working on those red gum. Oh, good on ya. Good on. Send me some photos. Let me know how it's going. Oh, tell you what, I could have cut you some timber for the inside of your mobile. Oh, crikey, what a weekend. How it came about, those of you that know, should I put, no, it's going to get filthy, so I'm not going to put an apron on today. No, I'm going to be apronless. I think it's the first stream I've ever done without an apron on. Yes, I was chasing some blue gum and I was talking to a tree lopper or an arborist, whatever you wish to call them, the people that cut down and doctor trees, and said, I'm chasing blue gum, do you have any? And one guy said, I think I'm cutting some down tomorrow, get down to it, and he gave me the address, and you can fill your boots, you know, whatever you want. So anyway, I went down there, and unfortunately, wrong species. It was spotted gum they were cutting, and what I needed was Queensland blue gum, because for the forge, what you're looking for, you want heat, but you also want a minimum of ash, because if you're doing any forge welding or welding work, you want a nice clean fire without ash. So if you do a forge weld, it's a nice clean weld, and also you haven't got ash going everywhere when you're working. So anyway, I went down. Unfortunately, as I said, it was the wrong species that they were cutting, but the chap that was cutting it, a guy called Mitchell, he said, I think I've got some in the tree dump at home. Come and have a look. So that afternoon I went around to his quote unquote tree dump, and there were logs. I'm not kidding you, that big. So he said, look, he said, whatever you want, just take it. So spent all day, no, not all day, but most of the day yesterday cutting up, got a nice bit. And then I rang up Theo. I said, mate, do you want to give your chainsaw a run? Oh, yeah, why? And I told him, so Theo might come out next Saturday with me and we'll get some more. But the chainsaw's copped the flogging. And so my body copped the flogging too. Just as I was getting into the truck, finished everything, packed everything up, no major incidences, it's hard to say. And I tripped on a log and went flying, and honestly I thought I'd broken my wrist. I hit the ground that hard, but thankfully no, it's all good. So I'm still tidying up from last week. Oh my goodness. So, and the HNT Gordons I used last week, I mentioned they needed to sharpen, so we might sharpen some of those. Ah, dear. Now, where's the other bit for this? Where's the other bit for this? Let me just have a look. Hey William, how are you? What's that, Janet? I have to fix the corners and re-glue them, then clamp. Then whitewash them. Sounds good. It's good when you whitewash because it means you finished your job. Derek, good morning. Oh, no, it wasn't sour. Did I say sour? I meant, oh, did I put that in the, hang on, let me just have a look at that. Did I put that in the, who's in me flipping thinger? Kieran did it yesterday, and I bet so, oh, hang on, yeah, I better edit that. Let me just go into edit. S-O-R-E, not S-O-U-R. Is it going to let me edit it? Oh, look at that. S-O... Can't find my keyboard now. Hey, isn't this good? You can do all this on the hop. Oh, I tell you, funny story. Well, I thought it was funny anyway. Oh, saw. No, go away. What's it doing? S-O-R-E. Save changes. Thank you for that. All right. Now I can go back to there. Hopefully we're back on. Yep, that's all good. So I'll come back up here and I've got chat. So that's, oh, hang on, I've got to do pop chat again, do I? Wait a minute, no, there we go. There we go, got it. Ah, thanks, Janet. I fixed it. I'm not sour anymore, but I'm definitely sore. And I had my grandson out there with me. He earned his pizza for lunch, I'll tell you. Oh, that's what I was going to do. G'day, Rob, how are you? Oh, it's good to hear with him. Cape Cod, there you go. We go everywhere here. Hope the weather's good for you at Cape Cod. Yeah, the internet crashed. Went down, oh, I don't know, they were doing something or other, and did you hear that fall there? Hey, that was one of the good planes, was it? No, that was a square. Most likely not square now. Sorry, Colin. It's one of the Collins. Oh, well, whilst we're here, I'll show you how to check for square. We'll just make sure this didn't go out of square. To check for square, let me, what have we got here? Is that one going to work? Yeah, there you go. To check for square, like that just fell down, and I'm hoping it's still square. You put it up against a known straight edge like that, then draw a line, flip it over, and draw another line. That actually is just a smidgen out, I think. That drop most likely didn't do it any good. Let me try it with the knife. Get a finer cut that way. And that can go there. And that can go there. That is. When that dropped, I must have just knocked it out of square a little bit. So I can fix that on these. This one's a Colin, where's your logo, Colin? Colin Clinton square, and he has screws in the bottom, so I can now work out whereabouts it's out. So it's out too far that way, which means it's got to come this way a little bit. So we'll just loosen that one off, tighten that one up. Great idea, isn't it? That there. That there, okay. So that's got to go. I'm going to push this one up a little bit. I'll do it with a pencil first because I can see easier with a pencil. And we'll just it was such a small bit out, but it's nice to have it square. Isn't that marvellous? It only takes a second to drop. Then it takes a while to get it fixed. That's nearly there, I think. Smidgen more. You're going to make sure you got a known straight edge when you're doing it though. A little bit more, that's... fraction too much. There you go. We're back to nice and, get in there, nice and straight. Spot on. So that's the benefit of having squares you can adjust. Nice one, Colin. If you like those, you can get those from HNT Gordon or ring Colin Clinton Tools direct. So there you go. See, that was a little bit I didn't intend doing. That's what I love about streams. You never know what's going to happen next. All right. I think what might happen next is we'll get the Tormek up here and I'll sharpen. Oh, I've got to put this one away first. We'll sharpen an axe, or maybe two. Put this in, or I lose it. There we go. It's amazing, we don't put things away. Well, if I don't put things away, I get confused. And then I get frustrated because I can't find what I was looking for. Hello, I've highlighted everyone. There we go, I've unhighlighted you. Now where do we go? Fibre Inspector, hello from Texas. Hello from Brisbane, Australia. Good to have you back with us, Fibre. Rob, I'm wanting to start my own woodworking business. Not sure if I can get a loan though. Well, I'm not saying it's fraught with danger, but what sort of woodworking business do you want to go into? Because it's been my experience, and I do recommend, it's what I did anyway, that before you go 100% in your own woodworking business, have another job that's going to give you some money. Because when you start out, like any business, money goes very, very quickly and it floods out and trickles in. You know, the majority of people, I'm not saying there aren't some people that aren't making a good living at woodworking. It depends. I mean, are you talking, Rob, are you talking woodworking like I do woodworking here, or are you talking a factory operation with machines and CNCs and the like? Because I don't know much about those, although I have managed big multi-million-dollar furniture factory once, and they ended up going belly up due to mismanagement. It's a speaker that I had a lot of time for in the 80s called Jim Rowan, and he used to have A saying, and it's so true. If your outgoes exceed your income, your upkeep will be your downfall. So it all depends what you want to get into, I suppose. Actually, I might do this. Wagner sent me a digital meter. I might do that one first. There you go. I'll just get through these. Stonework. Oh, there you go. Well, you should have it made, Janet. You'd have the genes from both sides. Howdy, 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 how bread comes in. Well, there you go, Brad. Welcome to the show. Decorative boxes, okay. Machines, yes, but not CNC, small production runs. Not saying it's impossible. Definitely not impossible, Rob. I ran with a company or business called Fine Boxes for a long time. And I actually specialised in cremation urns, because there's some absolutely awful ones out there, and they were charging the earth for it. So I started making really nice upmarket cremation urns, and that was my bread and butter. And then from there, I would get other commissions. But to supplement, this is what I was going to say before, to supplement my income there, I was also teaching woodwork. And you'll find a lot of woodworkers, especially one-man shows, they actually teach to supplement their making. Their passion is in their making, but their income comes from teaching. So maybe give that some thought. What was I going to do? Oh, this moisture meter. Yeah, let me get that. This is brilliant. I've got to do a proper review. So Brandy, you've been very patient with me. I appreciate it. Oh dear. And they sent it to me a while ago to do a review on, and I, quite frankly, I forgot it. And then I got a lovely email the other day from the lady in, no, I'm not even going to say where she is because I've forgotten. That's terrible, isn't it? Idaho? Hang on, let me tell you. Rogue River. But lovely, lovely people to talk to and to deal with. I haven't done the moisture meter full justice because I haven't yet experimented with all of it. But for the purpose of the stream, I will share the things that I have seen. This is a excuse me. This is a calibration plate that you can actually calibrate the moisture meter. Let me give you a shot of the moisture meter. The moisture meter there, you can calibrate it to specific timbers. As yet, that's something I haven't worked out how to do, but I will within the next week. But the thing I do love, and it calibrates on there, and there's a little, where's the booklet? Species settings. There you go. Got all these different species that I'm guessing they're all different densities and possibly specific gravities, but you then set the meter to whatever it is. I will do the review and I'll use Macassar ebony. So let me just see if I've got Macassar ebony in here. Ebony. Okay, so it's got to be set at 0.94. The Macassar ebony, 0.9, so that one might be African ebony. Okay, I will do that. I'll work out how to set it, and I will do a much more in-depth review, but I will happily share with you what I've discovered so far. And the thing I love about this meter is it's very important when you're doing woodwork to know the moisture content. In Australia in particular, on the coast, you want it about 12 to 14. If you move inland to Barcaldine or Broken Hill or one of the really dry Mount Isa, arid places, Pilbara over in the west, it might even come down to 8% moisture content. And what that does is if you can set your timber or you can get your timber to that moisture content, you minimise the stresses and movement in the timber. For example, if I made a set of doors, and this is a true case scenario, if I made a set of doors here, or not here, but right on the coast, I'd be looking at about 14%, maybe 15% with the sea air. Now, if I sent those doors to far western Queensland, where it's very, very dry, they would shrink. And if I didn't allow enough for the movement in those doors, two things. Number one, you would have a gap between the stiles, that's the upright parts of the door, and the panel. And the other thing is, if you assemble, this is why I like to finish put a final finish on all my furniture pieces before I put it together. I might do what's the word? Not Pentecostal. We had it a few streams ago. Penultimate, there you go. If I did the penultimate finish, which is a second last finish, then assemble the unit, whatever it may be, whether it's a box with a raised panel lid, or it's a door, or it's a cabinet, or a chest. If I do right up to the second last, if I don't do the final coat, then when I put it together, if it shrinks, you're not going to see a difference. And yet, going back to the door scenario, if you'd made doors and sprayed them on the coast, they'd look really nice and shiny and clean, and the wood's bright. And then when it goes out west and that panel shrinks, you're going to have lines down either side of the panel where it shrunk and you didn't spray. So that's one of the important things of knowing what moisture content you are. At the moment, with what I'm doing with blacksmithing, I make a lot of charcoal. For me, it's important to know the moisture content of the charcoal or the timber before I burn it, because if it's too wet inside, it won't burn efficiently. And I had a case of that on the weekend. I thought it was dry enough, but it wasn't. And I had a lot of water coming out and I only got about a 50% burn, which isn't disastrous, but it's nice to know. Now, the interesting thing, up until the good people of Wagner sent me this one, I was just using one of these, and those of you that are familiar with moisture meters might be familiar with this style, and it's a 4-pin. I'm going to take that off. So you've got 4 pins, and we turn it on. Now my skin should register at about 30%. There you go, perhaps. Oh no, I'm starting to pick up. See, I'm dehydrated from yesterday. That's what it is. There you go, 28%. 29, 30%. We've hit the 30% mark. There you go. That's what my skin should be, so I don't know why it's going up to 43, but anyway, that's how you use it. Now to use it, what you do is you plunge these pins into the end of a piece of timber, and they go in about 1 millimetre. Now that's 15%, so that's been lying around out in the yard, and it's pretty soggy. This bit's a lot thinner. It has been in the yard. Because it's thinner, it doesn't retain as much moisture. But the interesting thing is, where these are better than nothing at all, turn that off, they only will give you the reading of the moisture in the end grain, or as far as those pins will go in. This meter, the Wagner one, it's a Wagner Orion 950. So Wagner Orion 950. It is awesome because it doesn't rely on pins going into the timber. It sends, now I'm not going to say what sort of waves they are because I'm not sure, but I'll read up. But it sends waves, ultrasound maybe, through the timber to give you a reading of that. So I can get a reading here, 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 and here. So we'll say this one was, what was this one? 12%. Now if I do this right, and bear in mind I haven't calibrated this. If I put that there, so now we're reading the middle of the board, that's 8. So that means we had a heavy dew, I would say. No, I can't get that reading there. So we most likely had a heavy dew last night, which we did, and the end grain has sucked up moisture, but it's still nice and dry on the inside here. Likewise with this bit, what was this, 15% on the outside, I'm hazarding to guess it's going to be a lot wetter on the inside. So we'll actually put that on there. There you go, look at that. Oh, it's drier, well there you go. But there again, it might not be calibrated properly. But the thing that really intrigues me with this is this is how sensitive it is. All right, we'll put it on here. So it's 11.9. That's reading the moisture across that board. Watch what happens when I put my hand behind it. It goes up because it can actually sense the moisture in my hand. So if I take my hand away, we'll go back to 11. I put my hand there, it goes up. Extraordinary bit of kit. So I will do the full review and calibrate it later, maybe later in the week. That would be excellent. But obviously they're substantially more expensive than these. But if your livelihood depends on accuracy of timber, yeah, okay, Rob, you're making boxes and you're making a raised panel or whatever, you'll want to know what the moisture is in the middle of that panel. That's the business. That will tell you what it is on the outside. So, quick plug. I've got to give it a really good workout. Whoops, no, quick plug, go there. There you go. I've got to give it a really good workout and I'll do the review on YouTube very, very soon. But just a great bit of innovation for finding the correct moisture content. I thought that was really, really good. Okay, now let's get this out and we'll sharpen an axe. G'day, Ewan. Ewan, sorry. What are we up to? Shooting out from a very hot Florida. Oh, I'm pleased it wasn't hot yesterday. I was sweating like a porker and it was only about 20 degrees. Oh, wait a minute. I'll just bring me Tormek over. Oh, I'm guessing stuff's going to go all over the floor in a minute. I did tell you I hadn't done anything since last stream. So here we go. Oh dear. Oh no, and it's still plugged in. There you go. Oh, and everything's going to go on the floor. No, it's not. Oh, there you go. Now, for this one, first of all, I'm going to do an axe. So I'm not going to use a new stone because I want to find an extension cord. Yeah, I'm not going to use the new stone because number one, the axe will wear the stone, and also with a new wheel, I find I have to bring this up too high. So I'll put a used wheel on that. Let me just find an extension cord. Bound to have one here somewhere. I should have. If not, I can plug it into that. There you go, look at that. Done. Oh. Now, did I have a turntable? I did. Where did I put my turntable? Boom. Wait one. Oh. Tell you what, if I had 3 Mondays in the 3 Mondays in the week. Yeah, hey, it'd be good. And I'll get some stuff done then. Can't find my swivel table. I had it the other day and I thought, oh, I most likely won't use that, so I'll put it away somewhere safe. And I did. And I forgot to tell myself where it was. Anyway, doesn't matter. We'll get by without it. Which way am I going? No, this one I'm going to do this way first. Okay, and ask me if I'm having a good day yet. Now, that one off. That's the standard one that comes with it. It's called an SG250. And this is one that's well worn, as you can see. That's the brand new one. And that's one that I've been using for a fair time. So a lot of it's worn off, but they're still good. That's what I like about them. You can keep using them. And lock that in. This on. What shot will I give you? I might give you all cams. What can we do with this one? Make that look any no. I might bring that one around here. Actually, I'll tell you what. Bring this one over here so you can actually see the action when I'm... That's good, so we might go... There you go, look at that. What a shot. Now, you're gonna need the axe thing out of me jiggle. These are the accessories that I've got. We'll go to that one. So they're all different accessories that I got with the Tormek. Hasn't got the wood turners bit in there as yet. That's somewhere. Oh yes, it is. There's a wood turning one. Theo uses that one a lot. I'm trying to figure out what I need. Oh, where's the axe one? There's the axe one there. Okay. Oh. I'll just put this on. Don't need that on, so that can come off there. That can go there. We'll put some water in here. Get the dust out of there. So it's going to take a fair bit of water because this stone is pretty dry. Ah, where are we? Is it raining in Melbourne, James? Seems a little dry today, so there you go. You're a bit dry, Steve. Oh, I am, I tell you. Oh, well, that's good. Ewan, thank you. I got it right. Jerry, g'day. Have you changed the wheel on the Tormek Oh, yes, yes. I don't even know where I put the black one. Might be in the truck. I had some high-speed Stihl, or P11, to grind, so I used the black one in the truck. It seems to be better with the different Stihls, A2, AO, P11, high speed. But in all honesty, it does work a bit better, but I think the original stone is pretty all right. I had a go at the diamond stone, and again, I came back to the ordinary basic stone. I don't want to do Tormek out of any sales, because I'm sure there are people that love the diamond stone. For me, I didn't. It was just a bit too noisy. But, you know, I don't know, they might have brought it out to compete with the CBNs. Who knows? Who knows indeed. There we go. Seems to be wet enough. Where's my mouse? Reginald, hello. Welcome back. Tango, g'day mate, how are you? Good to have you on board. You joined us early. Raining in Melbourne. Well, give it half an hour, it'll be right. Snowing on the hill in Canberra. Oh no. Oh, I suppose it's winter, Derek. You've got to expect that. No, I won't, I promise. Hey, from Mexico, Ari, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Oh, is that right? So good things happen on wet days, Jerry. G'day, Chad. Welcome along. We are well, I'm well, I guess, and everyone else is. All right. I don't know which one to do first. Oh, I think I'll do my little hatchet first. Now, interesting thing, angles on, I really do want to get another extension cord. Wait a minute. So I'm going to be bumping over that one otherwise. Oh, let me just grab this one here. There you go. Look at that. There you go, that's better. I'm not going to be tripping over it now. Yeah, with axes, there's a lot of angles. A lot of angles to think about with axes. Depends what you're going to do with your axe. Crunch, bang. A racing axe, which I actually had the privilege of sharpening a racing axe not long ago. They're at 15 degrees. Chopping wood is 25 degrees. And general axe work is 30 degrees. Now, I'm at a bit of a loss. What's general axe work? I thought chopping wood would have been general axe work. I'm doing mine at 25 degrees because I'm going into hardwood, and also in the bush, it gets dropped on the ground. If I do 30 degrees, it'll work fine. It'll most likely cut better, but the edge might not last quite as long. So that's it. Let's set this up at 30 degrees. We'll give you a side view just to, oh, hang on, let's see if that view is going to, okay, no, that view should do. All right, very, very simple. That just sits in there. How easy is that? Now, I set this up. Oh, this is called an angle master. And what you do, measure the wheel, which is getting, they're 250 when they're new. And this one, this one's not new, it's 195. So I set this to 195, which is there. Leave that at 25 degrees, if you can see that. And then I'll put the axe in, or hatchet, if you prefer. And then just set that up. That's pretty close. Actually, I'll just drop it down a little bit. There you go. That is 25 degrees. And we turn it on. And you can't see because my arm's in the way. I just wonder, what's that one if we go there? Can you see there? Okay, we'll change that there. And just try to see so you can get a decent angle on it. Let's just see what happens if we crank this one up. Oh, good news too, good news. Theo and I have finally settled on a date that we can start doing joint streams again. Yeah, it might be all right. Oh, we'll go all, see what happens. So you got that one there. This way. Try this, we'll try this. Yeah, hang on, I'll tell you the dates. Hopefully I'm gonna pick a new lathe up this week or next week, which we're gonna have here so Theo doesn't have to bring his lathe down. And Theo and Steve, Friday the 14th of June. So Friday the 14th of June in Australia, which will mean Thursday night the 13th of June, north of the equator, I'm guessing, or whatever time zone you're in. Okay. Actually, that's wrong, isn't it? Because it's got nothing to do with that. It's longitude, not latitude. So in Australia, that's the time it'll be. I might just roughen that up a bit. If I can find the grading stone. What I'm doing here with this grading stone is bringing the stone back to 220 grit. Before it was too smooth, and I've got something on there that I don't want. So I'll just get rid of that. Bit of gum or something or other. So if you rub the, where are you? The rough side on there, it regrades the wheel and you'll find it'll cut a lot better. You don't need huge pressure and you just, it's brilliant. I still haven't worked out how this works, but it sort of locks itself and then you just do what I'm doing here. Actually, I just made a mistake then, didn't I? I told you fib. 30 degree angle will be more robust than a 25 degree, so I might just change this to a 35. We'll see how that's going. A 30, yeah. I might just change that to a 30 because the 25 degree being finer will be sharper, but also dull quicker. So let me just change that to 30 degrees. And we'll put that in there and see how we go there. Okay, so I've got to bring this up a bit. That's what I like about this, the incremental rising of the universal support bar. I believe it's called. There you go. Look at that. Now we're cooking with gas. You can see what I meant when I said I had the new wheel on. This has got to be a lot taller, which doesn't make it quite as stable. Rock it from side to side. And we'll go the other way. I just saw a chat move in a minute. I'll be there in a tick. if you're interested, I could possibly see if I can get the people from Tormek, starting to come up nice, Australia to come in and can do a video. They're much more proficient at it than I am. There you go, Michael or Renee, if you're watching. Open invitation, you can come down to the shed. I think I'm nearly there with this actually. It's starting to come up quite nicely if you can. Where are we? See that edge coming up? It's nice and even. It's taken any chips out. Whoop. Thing I like too, we're going through cold water, so I'm not messing any of the steel up, the molecular structure of the steel. And it's not high speed, so nothing's going to fly off and make a mess of anything or anyone. I think I'll just give it a couple more goes and then we'll polish it up. Where are we up to? Let me. Yeah, when I've sharpened my mouse, I've lost it. MFC man, hey, hi from the UK. My sister's in the UK at the moment. If you see her, say good day. I just had to blow some sawdust off the chat. I couldn't read it. Meticulous, USA, Grandpa Bill says you're an inspiration to all. I see all your little bottles of fillers on the shelf. I use them and grateful to have been made of. Oh, that's good. Yeah, or you're talking about this, Timbermate. Whoops, where are we? There we go. Yeah, great stuff, Timbermate. I will plug that as well. No, I don't get paid anything to do it, but if it's a good product, I'm happy to give it a plug. The great thing about Timbermate is you can water it right down and use it as a grain filler. So it can either be a wood fill for nail holes or broken bits of timber, or you can make it into almost like a wash and use it as a grain filler. Brilliant stuff. And the colour doesn't change on those. Some of the other brands, which are spirit-based, they're water-based. Some of the other spirit-based brands, they look great. You can match the colour, and then as soon as you put a finish over it, it will darken, darker than the timber, whereas that stays the same colour, so it's good. G'day, Ray. How are you, mate? No, I haven't done anything wrong whilst you've been away. I was waiting for you to come on. Morning, Brian. Looks like that's used. One needs mustard in. No, look, it's easy as pie. It is. Once it's all set up, you're ready to go. The good thing about this, this is a T8. I could use this for an hour and a half, 2 hours, 4 hours, and it'll run, whereas a lot of the other ones that are on the market, you can only run for 20 minutes or half an hour. The motor's not built for continual use. I'll tell you what, I'll do my pocket knife too while I'm here. I know that needs a tickle. I'll show you the pocket knife jig. Cool. Okay, how's that? Oh! That's starting to feel better. Let's give it a couple of goes there, and then I'll regrade the wheels. down to 1,000. And we'll polish that edge. I mean, really, this most likely would be good enough. That'll cut paper. If I can find some. There we go. Oh, there's a long way down. All right. No dramas whatsoever. But we'll get it nice edge. Now I'm using the soft side and it's going to regrade it. Let's move that up. There you go. It's going to take the bite out of it and regrade the stone to about 1,000, which is just going to take the scratches out that the 220 left. And you can tell by the sound that it's quieter. Was that someone coming in or was that Bob? And just one more on this side. Now if you really want to get carried away, you can put it on the leather strop, so we might as well do that. This cream here, I've heard varying reports. Some people say it's a 6,000 grit compound, and then I've heard 3,000. But whatever it is, it's pretty darn good. The thing I like when I've been away, like I had yesterday, to come back, sharpen everything, and then put it all back in the truck or in the trailer. Then when I go out, I just know everything's sharpened again. And I can grab it with confidence and away we go. So we'll just, which one can I use? I'll use this one here. No, we'll go back to that one. All right. Not quite there. All right, where'd that paper go? Here you go. Whoops, no, not going to do it for me. Rubbish. There you go. So it really is sharp enough. That's too sharp really for what I need, but I just did it because I could. This one, again, I'll just give this one a quick tickle. This is a 3/4 axe. It's not a full size axe, but you generally don't need a full size axe. Especially if you've got a chainsaw. All I use this one for is the little one I use for just knocking off branches. This one I use for debarking. Where's that angle finding thing on the jiggle? Ah. There it is, right in front of me, and I couldn't see it. Again, I'll set this one at 30 degrees. That's got to come up a fair bit. I'm thinking that's too much. It's about halfway. That will do. Tighten that up. Actually, who said that? Jerry. Stihl likes to fiddle with them. No, I don't. But Theo, he's a bit of a muso. He, actually, I might just leave that on smooth. It's just mine. Hello, Robert. How you going, mate? Bob has entered the building. I'm going to shut this door because you are not going back out. Oh, you're back. Oh, that's why Bob came in. All right, you're going to say hello? But see, the bosses have been out. She likes me streaming when she goes out because she checks it on the phone to see I'm up to no mischief. So there you go. Oh, what? Gizmoot.
So, right.
Sharpening stuff.
I'm going to do some more cleaning in my sewing room.
All right. And then you'll come down and tell me my workshop's a mess. I'd win. Okay, I didn't rough that up. I just used lower grade, well, not as aggressive wheel, because this one wasn't too bad. I'm just refining that edge a bit, that's all. Won't cut wet paper. No, won't cut wet paper. There you go, there's a dry bit. So that'll do that one. I'll show you a pocket knife. I'll do my pocket knife because I know that. I can't do my pocket knife because it's on my other trousers. I'll have to do that later. Oh, okay, what are we up to now? Oh, Bob, you're a pest. Oh, John, g'day, thanks for the bobs. Oh, that's what I was saying, music, yeah, okay, hang on. John, g'day, mate, how are you? Yeah, music. Theo decided he wants to make a ukulele. So he's trying to con me into doing the ukulele with him. But I'm more interested in doing a strum stick, which I think I've shown it before. And when David came down from Agora Timbers, where I get my ebony from, he bought a couple of nice pieces down. This is a strum stick. There you go. 3 strings, open tuning, and I'm going to make a couple in ebony. So that will be a project we'll do. Whether Theo and I, that could be a joint project, I don't know. But the thing is, if we've got a musical instrument and we're going to play music, guess what? Go on, tell them, Ray. Go on. We'll need a music stand. So I might get around to finishing the music stand. Ah, dear. No, hang on, I will. I'll go and get my pocket knife because it's disgusting. Just play I Spy for a tick. I'll be back. How you going, Bob? Good? Oh, it's nice out here. Oh, great, yeah. I wonder where we got them from. Well, we'll use them. Oh, that works well, that does. That's just lovely. Oh, went up to get my pocket knife. Susie says, what are you doing? I said, I'm going to sharpen my pocket knife. Oh, can you sharpen these as well? So I've got a couple of kitchen knives to do. So what we'll do is, I'll put, look how easy that comes off, isn't it nice? I'll put the big wheel on. And we'll sharpen them up too. And that's how you tighten it, just against the direction of rotation. Put this up. It'll take a while to... I brought some paper down too, we'll try some paper. You're in the middle of building a raised planter box for a wife in the shop, talking to my friends here, watching Steve work. Oh, look at that. Mate, what a good life you have, Sat. What a good life. Yeah, it is, Jerry. It's hard to remember them. Timbermate is really great for filling screw holes at ice. Well, there you go. I can put a screw back in the... Nowadays, good stuff. I think they're based in Melbourne too. Errol's the guy. He wasn't well last time I spoke to him, which was a while ago. I'm hoping he's better now. Oh, this is good. I'm getting jobs done that I wouldn't do if I wasn't streaming. So thank you everyone for putting up with it. I'm just filling my water up from my water cooler. Yeah, it was funny. I was making charcoal Saturday night, I think. Yeah, a couple of days ago. And first batch was great. Got about a 75% reclamation, which is good. So if you fill the drum up with timber and then you burn it, what that means is volume-wise, I had 100% of timber, and then when it all burnt down, I got 75% charcoal in volume, which really is a good recovery rate. But not all of it burnt because of what I alluded to earlier. Some of it had a little bit too much moisture in it. So then I thought, oh, it doesn't matter, I'll just re-burn it. So I threw some other stuff in. Normally I let it burn for an hour or an hour and a quarter, and then I seal all the top up, and then I've got breather holes at the bottom, so it sucks in the oxygen from there, and then I seal those, and then the only oxygen it can get is what it can pull out of the timber itself, which is moisture. When that gets hot, obviously you get hydrogen and oxygen, which leaves you 100% carbon. And I thought, oh, it'll be good for an hour. But what I didn't take into account was the timber I was reburning had already been dried because it had been in the kiln beforehand. And so I went away for a coffee for an hour. And when I came back, I didn't have anything left. It had all burned up. Very sad. I ended up with 4 kilos, a 200 litre drum or a 44 gallon drum. And I ended up with 4 kilos or 8 pounds of ash out of that, whereas I should have ended up with about 20 kilos, maybe, of ash. All right, we'll do some knives. Do my pocket knife first, because this is, but here you go. Where's my toolbox? And again, they got a little thing for pocket knives. These are the two main. I can't give you the other one. It's in the truck. Oh, wait a minute, I'll just grab it out of the truck. Oh. What are you doing, Bob? You're just enjoying the sunshine, mate. It's not bad, is it? Oh dear. Oh, nothing wrong with me. I'm not tired. No, I just walked into the wrong shed and wondered where the cameras had gone. Oh dear. So this one's for smaller knives, which is what I want to start with. I was going to say something profound then. I can't remember what it was. All right. So what you do here, this, let's get that out of the way. We'll use that one in a minute. Oh. Go all caps. Now this, you put your pocket knife in like that and screw it up nice and tight, and then you just make sure that this blade is parallel with your blade. So just sight down that part there and make sure it's all lined up nicely, which it is. And then this part of the blade you put, actually, I'll move that around a bit. Okay, another way is sight down there to make sure they're in the same, there you go, in the same plane down there. And put that blade in here, like this, then tighten that up. And have this blade parallel to here, or as best you can. Geez, I'll tell you what, that blade of mine's at I wonder if it was blood. There, I've been cutting electrical cable with it, which is a no-no, but I still do it. Pocket knives, again, personal choice. I like mine at 25 degrees. A lot of places when you buy them new, they are 15 degrees. But a 15 degree, rechange this, because I've got a new wheel on, so it's 250, that's a new wheel, and I want it 25 degrees. Yeah, 15 degrees is great, but it just doesn't stay all that great for long. So that's got to come up a fair way. And then your minor adjustment, if I can get this close, that's pretty close, I can then do the fine adjustment by screwing this down here. There you go. Now I'm going to turn this around. This is where that swivel table's good. And I just don't know where I put it at the moment, so I'll have to do it the other way. Doing knives, you're much better off to have this a lot lower So what I might do, I've got a seat, there you go, I've got a stool here, I can stand on that. Crash, bang, wallop. And I'll stand on that. This is going to throw all the shots out. It'll throw my headshot out, but that's all right. Okay. Now, that's like that. And here we go. Actually, I might just do that at, grade that at 220. Because I've got some chips in this blade, because, as I said, electrical wire, and I was too lazy to get my wire strippers out. Okay, there's one. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Hang on, let's feel. Just seeing if I've got all those nicks out. Oh, I think so. How many, and I'm sure girls do it too, but guys, how many of you gone to the tip and come back with more rubbish than you took? Happened to me yesterday. I'm in the process of making an electric forge, because I haven't made one before, and I thought that'd be a good exercise, so I'll do that. So I went to the dump to take all this rubbish that was around the yard, clean the yard up, make Susie happy. Oh, that's nice. And when I got there, there was this guy that had a cabinet that was just what I was looking for. It was a kitchen cabinet, aluminium, or steel, sorry, steel frame kitchen cabinet. So I said, oh, can I have that? He said, yeah. So I ended up, it's going to be great, saves me so much time on building the frame for the forge. So I left with a trailer full of rubbish, and I came home with half a trailer full of rubbish. But it was different rubbish, so it was good. It was a good day out. But the dumper got some really weird rules. It was on his trailer, so I could take it, but if he'd put it on the concrete pad, it then would have belonged to the tip, and I couldn't have taken it. So we took it off of his trailer and put it onto my trailer without touching the concrete. Okay, let's try that. Oh, there you go. I reckon that's going to be. Oh, where's some paper? Did I bring some paper? Oh yeah, pocket knife sharp again. We'll do the big, this is before I cut it, right, nothing. Now what I'm going to do with this one, I could use this smaller knife holder, but they also do a bigger knife holder. So I'm going to use that one for the bigger knife. And normally if I'm sharpening, I have a mesh glove on, but I don't have it with me at the moment. Okay, so I'll do these at 25 degrees. It'll be good because it means I don't have to do them this afternoon. Pop that there. Okay, it's got to go up a bit. And we'll just done. Now, I'm not even going to rough this stone. I might just, oh, no, I'll leave it the way it is. We'll give it a couple of swipes. It doesn't take long. But you do have to concentrate on what you're doing. Okay, now that didn't take very long at all. I'm just going to leave that like that, and I'll do it on the leather strop. And so get me in the good books with the missus. She doesn't mind it when she tells me to sharpen the knives, but she hates it when I sharpen them and don't tell her because she cuts herself. Now this is just polishing that edge. Now all that black wheel is just leather. Okay. Clean that off. So it wouldn't cut before, but it definitely cuts now. I might as well do these last couple, but I'll have a chat first. Because it's been rude otherwise, isn't it? I'm getting all my chores done and I'm ignoring all you good people. Oh, where are we? Debugging. I'm not that far back on the chat, am I? Oh dear. Bye, Janet, if you haven't gone. Hey, know what Mum knows? Hey, you're back. Good on ya. Lovely to have you. I missed your emails. I've got to hit the hay, Steve. Stuck in the past here in Scotland and now 1 a.m. It was a pleasure seeing you. Ewan, thank you so much. Catch you later on. All the best. Know what Mum knows. Question here, Steve. It seems to me that a person would place veneer on any kind of cheap wood to make it look nice for a project. Is this acceptable? No. Would you like the long answer or the short answer? No. It's not, because if you've got horrible cheap timber and say it's a fast growing pine or something, I'm fairly sure, I'll put my money on it, that that timber is going to move and it will split the veneer. If you really want to put veneer on timber, you're better off with a slow growing tree, like a mahogany or something, and you want it quarter sawn. Now quarter sawn is, see if I've got a bit of quarter sawn here. Oh, I don't know what that is. All right, yeah, that's not a bad example. Hang on, I'll just cut this so you can see the things better. Oh dear. Whoop, not that one. Okay, oh, that smells nice. Cigar box cedar. Yum. Let me just turn this around. What am I doing? I'm doing another knife, aren't I? Okay. If you look at the growth rings on that piece there, see how they're round? Okay, that's called crown cut or back cut. If you look at the growth rings, oh, perhaps it's not as good as I thought. Oh, it's not too bad. Here, they are They're on a bit of a slant. They reckon anything below or above 60 degrees counts as quarter sawn. So ideally, if you've got these grain pieces here going straight up and down, that's pure quarter sawn. Now, if you have that, it means there's minimal movement in the timber. And when you veneer quarter sawn, you've got to also veneer 180 degrees with the timber if you're doing solid timber. So that means your veneer lengthwise has to go the lengthways of the timber. When you're doing it on plywood, you do it at 90 degrees. So if you've got quarter sawn timber and it's dry, and you do it at 90 degrees, at 180 degrees, and you've got to do both sides, it will stay flat and it'll be okay. But if you use cheap timber and tart it up, no, you're heading for a crying session. I'm sorry to say, Mum knows. So where are we? Or is that considered cheating? Because underneath the nice veneer is cheap wood. I was just wondering what is the considered. Yeah, so that's it. Look, if you're going to use cheap wood, yes, you can get away. Excuse me standing up here. You can get away with using pine, but make sure it's a reasonable quality pine and it's quarter sawn and dry. You know, a lot of the stuff that the big box shops sell isn't, but you can generally get a reasonable sort of a plywood from them. So, you know, just do that. A lot of the old antiques, you have a look, they do use pine as substrates. And it's lasted for, you know, a long time. I'll just move that. But with all the nice veneers around nowadays, now I know people that use MDF. I wouldn't, because you can't fix it. If something happens with MDF and it gets wet, that's it, throw it away. Whereas even on a timber substrate, you can fix it and you can get away with, you know, a few repairs. What I'm doing here, I'm just checking the sharpness, and you do that by just placing the blade on the back of your thumbnail, and your brain very quickly will let you know that it's digging in. And as soon as that happens, you know the knife's sharp. I've got one more here to do. And we'll be laughing. Yeah, I know a lot of people that they shave their arm or do something like that. Well, yeah, all right, but you end up with bald spots and you look like a dog that's got the mange after a while. There we go. This is the last one, and then I'll move on to doing my chainsaws. And where you get that curve, you just pick up this handle and it'll follow the curve. Let me give you all cams. There you go. It really doesn't take much to bring a knife back. That's it. Dunsky. All right, I'll just strop them, and then we'll put the Tormek down, and I'll have a look at some chainsaws. Oh. Do all those blade holders come with the Tormek? Do you? No, you have to buy them separately, Tango. With the T8, you get the basic holder. That's, what's that one? That's the diamond dressing wheel to true your stone up. You get that, and you get the tool one which is where's my thing out? Dear. You get that one there which holds your chisels and plane blades and what have you. And then the other ones you just buy them as you require them, but I don't think there's any that I don't use. And I know Theo swears by the woodworking ones, and when I got into using them I swear by them too, because you can use, especially the swivel base, you can use them on carving chisels, on gouges, which is really good. The thing I like about it, it takes the guesswork out of it, and you can get repeatable angles. You know, so many times if you're using a hot stone or hot wheel, or which is a grinder, or a stone, flat stone, you will get variations in your angles. And also the stone wears, so you've got to keep on flattening that. You have to dress this, that's why they give you the diamond dresser. But having angles that are repeatable is really, really handy. That's why I don't like anyone using any of my bladed tools. Oh, it's all right, I'll go and sharpen it. No, you won't. All right, let's see. That one will do her, and that one will do her. So she's going to be happy she's got sharp knives now. All right, now can I put that back on there without making a huge mess? I doubt it. How do I get in such a pickle? That's what I want to know. Oh dear. All right, wait a minute. Up. Oh, done. So that's it. That's got all that stuff. Oh, I was going to do some of Terry's planes. No, might have to do that later on. Oh, but that's it. Tormek T8. Great bit of kit. They have another one called a T4. So if you don't have, you know, the use possibly that I do for one that gets used a lot, and I mean a lot, the T4 is a smaller version of that, and it's a little bit cheaper. But there again, if you can afford it, get the bigger one, because sometimes it's nice to have gear that you never use to its full extent, rather than having something you have to push beyond its limits. All right, what have we got here? Oh dear, let's get this one up first. Oh, it's funny, this one, so I'll show you both of them. I've got a smaller one I use too, but this one's the 38i. That's made in Brazil. No longer can it be sold in Australia because it doesn't meet current EPA standards. This is meant to be its replacement, which is a 391, and it is available in Australia. And it's made, I think it's made in Germany actually, this one. Yeah, I think this one's made in Germany. And it's electronic ignition and got some other whiz-bang things. This one is just a grunt workhorse. It is absolutely superb. It scared me when I first started using it. This one I thought was a big fella, but then when I started using this one, huge difference. And the difference, I use both of these for different things. I use this one for ripping and this one for crosscut. I'll show you the difference in the teeth. Oh. All right. This is a crosscut tooth. Let's go there. And that's your cutting edge there. And that is ground at 30 degrees. And that's for cutting across the log. This is a rip saw for cutting along the log. And you'll notice it's different. That angle there is 10 degrees. So if we line them up, you'll see the difference. See the difference there? Let's see if we can get that. That's 30 degrees, that's for cross-cutting. That's 10 degrees, that's for ripping. And you can't really use one blade for the other. You might be able to rip a little bit with a cross-cut, but it will dull your blade very, very quickly. Just having a look at these here. It will dull your blade very, very quickly. And when you're going ripping, it's funny, when you cross-cut, I'm thinking of other things, hang on. When you're cross-cutting, you get a lot of sawdust coming out. So equate that to the table saw, sawdust. When you're ripping, I don't know if I've got any stuck up here. No, there's not, I'll just see. Yeah, when you're ripping, you get ribbons, long ribbons of timber coming out. I'll just see if there's any jammed up here or not. And again, when I've had a good day out on the saws, I like coming back and just pulling them apart and cleaning them up so they're ready to go next time. No, got none in there. But you know, you'll see it. There's big long ribbons like that. Whereas cross-cut, I won't pull that one apart just yet because I'll get confused. So there we go. And it's advisable, every time I use it, I turn the blade over. So this time, still the name, let's go there. Yeah, the name was up that way. So when I put it back together, I'll have the name that way. And that then evens out the wear on the bar and prolongs the length of your bar life. I did one up for someone the other day, and they had a .235. Did the rubbing block come off of? It's meant to be on there. A .325, which is this chain here. Which is a lot smaller and it's narrower. And there's another one called a 38P, which is smaller than the 325. And they were running a 38P on a .325 bar, and it wore the bar. So I said, look, I wouldn't use it. Oh, she said, but can you use it? I said, look, it'll work, but I wouldn't use it. She said, what's the worst that can happen? I said, well, actually, the worst that can happen, you can hurt yourself, but the most likely thing that'll happen is it'll jump out of the blade, the chain will jump out of the blade. Next day, guess what? I get a phone call. You're right, the chain jumped out of the blade. I said, well, go and get a new bar. And look, honestly, with chainsaws, yeah, I'm not saying they're not dangerous bits of gear. Used correctly, they're brilliant. Observe all the safety procedures, you're going to be fine. But do dumb things, you will lose limbs. So I don't mess around. If something's a little bit dicky with my chainsaws, I get them fixed straight away. Oh dear. Now, that one I want to sharpen, and that one I want to sharpen. I'll show you this other bit. I think I might have shown this one before. It's, where is it? Oh, there it is. This is an off chainsaw sharpening jig, so I can put this in a vise. Where are we? That's there. There you Yeah. I can put that in a vise like that, and then put my chain in there. Don't they get tangled up easily? Ah! Just got to pick them up and they tangle up. Wait a minute, let me just untangle this one. It's worse than a puzzle. You got to get it. That's it. You got to get them so they're both twisted the same way, and then you can untwist them. See, like that. So that fits in there, and then this has got little cam clamps on it. You just clamp that over, and that holds it rigid. So either you can then sharpen it. But I might do that one now. I use the Stihl 2-in-1 system, which is absolutely brilliant. This is them here. And the reason I've got 4 is there's 4 different chain sizes. There's the 3/8, which is the biggest one, which is what this chain is here. Then there's the 0.325, which is that other chain I showed you. And then there seems to be a common, really just home domestic chainsaw one, generally 13, 14 inch bars, 12 inch bars, and that's a 3/8 P. And then for the tree lopping bits that go onto the end of your brush cutters and whatever, there's a 1/4 inch one. And the great thing about these is you don't really have to think, because all the hardware's taken out for you. When you're sharpening a chainsaw, things to take into consideration is sharpening the tooth itself, which is this bit, and also bringing the raker down, which is this bit here, and it rakes the muck out so the tooth can cut. If your tooth is lower than what the raker is going to be riding on the timber, and the tooth won't have a chance to actually cut new timber. So it's important to keep the rakers down, and this thing does both. This middle file here does your rakers, and these ones here do your teeth. It's got a little emblem on the side. That's the chainsaw. That you have that end, and then that's the direction you push. So there's my tooth. You always file away from you, from the middle of the tooth, outwards, not outwards in. And then you sit there and you work it out, well, if that's going that way, the chainsaw's got to be on this end. So now we've got to work this out. So the chainsaw that's pictured here is where the imaginary chainsaw would be there, and I push that way. And if you look, that bottom file then fits into the tooth, and the middle file sits on top of the raker, and this angle here has got to be parallel to your chain, and that'll give you 30 degrees, just like that. So you give it 3, if it's not too bad, that's pretty good. I'm just going to get something that I can mark it. Chainsaws, you're better off, can't find a texter. Oh, where's a bit of tape? Chainsaws, you're better off sharpening a little often rather than wait until they're totally blunt and then really have to do some major work on it. So this one isn't too bad. I'm just going to 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This little implement here is available from Jono and Jono. They're on eBay. They go for about $60, and I think he's in Melbourne too. It is just the nicest thing to use. Normally I would sharpen on the saw, but if I'm out and I'm having a big day on the saw, I could go through 3 chains, and then what I do is when I come back, or if I'm gone for a few days, at night time I sharpen some chains off the saw, and then the one that's actually on the saw I will sharpen on the saw. This is really nice to be able to just do this. So it doesn't take much to sharpen the chainsaw. Okay, that side's done. Now all I do is turn the saw around. Trying to find that bit of paper. Did that come off? There it is. So I'm still keeping that as a guide, but I'm now doing the other side of the chain. So you look at it, you've got to turn this around, and again the chainsaw will be on this end, just as if it was in the saw and you turn the saw around. Same, line it up, give it 3. Move it, clamp it. These files don't last forever either. As soon as they stop being effective, just put new ones in. Which I did the other day because all mine had worn out. And to change them, they're quite easy. All you do, you flip this off, and then they just all fall out. And there you go. That's the round file. That's that one. And then that's the other one. You just put them in. And you can't put them in the wrong way because it won't let you. Very, very well thought out bit of kit. I'll have a chat in a minute. I'll just finish this one off. Ideally too, when you're doing your chainsaw, they recommend you start off with your smallest tooth first. The idea being you bring them all down to the same level. I don't totally subscribe to that, because if you have a chain and you've nicked a tooth and then the rest of the chain is okay, I'd prefer to do the rest of the chain as close as original and then just touch up that marked tooth, and that will extend the life of my chain. If I've got a lot of broken teeth, well, that's a different thing, but you know, if just you've got a nick out of one, I wouldn't bring the rest of the teeth down to that level. So I think that's just been wasteful, the rest of your chain. You might as well throw it away and buy a new chain. Nearly finished, I think. Sort of feels as if I've nearly finished. Yep, coming up to it. Okay, just got one tooth to go and that's it. Okay. And I don't know if you can see, but you might be able to. In there, each tooth is nice and shiny on the cutting edge. There you go, the sun, light just glinting off it. So that one is ready to go. I've got a few more to do, but I'll do those off. I'll do them off camera so I don't bore the pants off you. Oh dear, let's have a chat. Oh. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Do all those bloody... No, okay, I'm catching up on chat here. I had to buy mine separately, Tango, but that was years ago. Heading out to get some more lumber because they close. I'll be right back. Okay, John, go. Thanks, Steve, for answer. I never considered about the wood moving. Yes, I would not want my veneer to split later. Nothing looks worse than veneer that's split. It really doesn't. It looks absolutely shocking. Oh, that's lovely, Brian. Thank you. I reckon, I'll tell you what, I reckon I should get some scones too. I'll have a chat to her about that. Oh. Yeah. That's a good bit of kit, you ask Grandpa, I'll tell you. Hey, D. Backer, all the way from Southern California. Well, you should have told us, Steve Backer. We would see if we could change our streaming routine for you. Oh, there you go. It's nice to see other people support each other. Good on you, Mum knows what. The mum know what Mum knows. Oh dear. Oh. yeah, you got some carving to do with that, architect. Way to go. Oh, all right. Now, what was I going to do? I'll clean this up, I suppose. Oh, normally I blow it out, but I don't want to blow it out in the shed, so I'll just do it this way. And little thing you're looking for is, they're your rubbing blocks. Make sure, there we go. They're your rubbing blocks, chain rubbing blocks. Make sure they're still there, or else it'll start eating away at your casing. Make sure that's still intact, without any dramas. Everything's nice and tight here and clean, or cleanish. Let me get a bit of a rag. Oh. And to do, now that was a, oh, I'm going to use a bit of air. That means the compressor's going to cut in. It's going to make a big noise. It's going to cut in a minute. There we go. I would have loved to have gone out on that trip with Terry from H&T Gordon. Got some amazing Gidgee trees with lovely burls on them, but situation was I couldn't afford the time to do it. I still owe you all videos, I'm well aware of that. I haven't even finished editing when Gary came out to do the whale tail, and I do have some bloopers, and I've got some other videos to go up, but until I get the top classroom all finished, it sort of put everything on hold, but I'm nearly there now. Haven't got much more to do. It'll be finished. Let me just clean this bar out. Excuse I for a tick. And if you've got a live nose, make sure that it spins and isn't loose. Some of them have little holes to put oil in, but if it spins okay, it should be all right. Not all chainsaws have live noses. Some have just a nose. I like the live ones though. Makes it a bit nicer to use. So I haven't sharpened that one up yet, have I? Okay, I'll do a 10. We'll do a 10-degree one. Or is this one sharp? This one looks as if I've already done it. Oh, messy. There we go, we're getting there now. And we just got to make this one go the other way. And that can go, there you go. Let's have a look at this. Oh no. Oh, this is a 10-degree one. So with the 10 degree, you haven't got the luxury of the angle, so I just go with the angle of the tooth. And we'll see, you can, I'll show you that these are the normal, where's my chainsaw belt? Right, don't know. I was looking to show you just the normal chainsaw blades, sharpeners. So I carry one in the belt when I go out bush, but I don't seem to be able to find that at the moment. I love the way stuff just goes missing in my shed. I bring it in, I put it down, and I know it's there. And then I turn around and there it is, gone. So anyway, okay, well, we'll use this. So instead of doing this at 30 degrees, I'm just going to follow the profile of the tooth, which is at 10 degrees. Now it still holds true. I've got to chainsaw up this end, so that goes there, that goes there. It really is a Chinese puzzle. There we go, okay. So there's my mark. I know I've got to do that one. Now I'm just going to go across with the original shape of the tooth. I suppose I could actually put a mark on one of these days. Yeah? Oh, I'll talk to him. What are you on the home phone? Oh, yours? Yeah. Hang on. This is my man. This is my man with the ebony. I've just got to have a quick chat with him and then I'll be back to you. Excuse me for a tick. Here you go, mate. You're on stream.
How are you?
I'm well.
I'm on stream.
You're on stream.
Brilliant.
Gorathim is the home of ebony. There you go.
I don't know how I got so lucky to get some airtime, but that's all right.
All good. Do you want to catch up later on?
Yeah, definitely. We'll have a coffee at some point.
All right. All right. Well, can I give you a call when I finish streaming?
More than welcome.
All right, mate. No dramas. I will do.
Thanks, Steve.
Cheers.
Soon, mate.
Okay, bye. Well, there you go. Oh, free coffee in the wind. I like that. Now I've just got to take this off. I haven't done that one yet. Put it back on. So hopefully next week I'm going to be, well, not hopefully, next week I'll be more organised and we can get back into that cabinet we started last week, the forget-me-not cabinet. and I can do some woodworking. Okay, here we go. If you say you're still with me, you're still... Oh, well, that's good. You can chat. G'day, Angry. How are you? Nice to know you're going to chat amongst yourselves. Oh, that's a lot of rain, Bill. Oh, it's all right. It's only surface moisture, mate. I wouldn't lose any sleep over that. Now, I've got a lot of timber out in my yard, and it gets wet every time it rains, but it's only surface moisture, so that's not too bad. And the thing is, people get all precious about their timber getting wet. When you think about it, how does timber grow? With water. So water won't harm timber. Once you made it into something, it's a different kettle of fish. See how easy it is to sharpen. It's no biggie. I had someone came around the other day and said, oh, you know, they wanted me to sharpen their chainsaw and could they bring it in each week? I said, look, I'm happy to do it, but you might as well buy one of these things and then you can do it yourself. I think in Australia these go for about $60. But well worth it. What are we on? Oh, you're not even watching me. There we go. I'm sorry. Must be getting close. Halfway around. There we go, all done. Okay, well I can put that one on here and we'll put this one back together. You're the restlessest, Bob. Okay. Oh, where's the screwdriver? Let the tension off a bit. That's better. Okay. Where's the other bit? There you go. The amount of slack I have that works for me is you don't want it too loose because it's going to jump off your bar. Let's see if I can get a better one than that. Because, and the other thing is when you start using your chain, it heats up and expands. So I like to have about a drive dog nearly coming out. So middle of the chain, pull it down, so there's nearly a drive dog coming out. That's it. And then take the brake off. Make sure it will spin smoothly. And that might seem very, very tight. But believe me, once you start this up and you start using it, that will stretch and loosen up. So that's it. That one's ready to go. Oh, next weekend. I'll do the other one off camera. Oh, and I'll have a chat, and I think that's just about it, because this is I'm streaming a lot longer than I thought I would. I thought I'd last an hour and that'd be the end of me. But no, I'm still here, which is good. Oh. Tom pouring all night around. Oh, there you go. Yep. I'm not related to Colin Hay. Oh, don't I wish? No. No, I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm not too. I've got a musical bone in my body, as someone alluded to earlier, but it doesn't matter, we're still going to do something with that. That's it. Yeah, look, it's more economics. It was much easier for me to change platforms and stream on YouTube because I already had a YouTube channel that had the numbers. And once YouTube started bringing in memberships, it was more beneficial for me just to stream on YouTube. I should get back and change my thing on Twitch and see if I can bring some more people over from Twitch. But it's, you know, if you stream yourself, you've got to have a stream, or what is it? Stream code or something or other. So in OBS, I'll be streaming Twitch, and then I'll come back and then I'd have to go and change my broadcast code so I could start streaming on YouTube. And then the question is, well, why don't I do Restream? I could do Restream, but then I don't get any monetization from YouTube. So it's all connected and interconnected and what have you. And besides that, I'm old and I don't like change. But no, look, I enjoyed my time in YouTube. Had a lot of fun, especially when I got rated. But it's nice now just to have the one medium and the one broadcast to go out on. So that's why I'm not doing Twitch anymore. There's only one me and there's only so many hours in the day, and believe me, they are filling up quick. What else have we got? You've been looking for getting a little Stihl for power carving. Kind of tempted to go for one of those electrical. I look, they've got Stihl I was up in the Stihl shop not long ago, and they've got this beautiful little arborist's chainsaw, which I think it's only about a 250 or 300 mil, and it's got a really gorgeous bar on it, and it is for carving. Check that out. I think it's powered by petrol driven. I don't know, but yeah, let us know how you go. Love to see some of your markings. Your carving. Sorry, Tom, I'm getting tired. Got to take that peach pie out of there. Oh, mate. I'll tell you what, send me over a slice. I'm going to hit the whole girl up for some scones when I get home. Trying to kind of avoid petrol because of vibration and weight. My hands are dead enough. Yeah, I don't find, to tell you the truth, these new Stihls, I don't find they've got much vibration in them. And that one I just did then, the ripping one, that's 72 cc's. And yeah, I don't get numb hands out of it. It's good, which is a nice thing. Michael, sorry backers, I needed to glue it past it. Oh, there you go. I'd never let you get in the way of doing the grandson's job. Oh, Barry Hayes, a common name in Australia for some odd reason, not very common in the US. Well, there you go. Well, I don't remember any. Did I? No, I don't think I do. I can remember a Smith. He was my woodworking teacher, told me I'd never be any good at woodwork. Ha! He's dead now, though. I can't tell him otherwise. Yeah, they're pretty cool looking saws, Tom. Check them out on the Stihl website. Any tips on making a wooden mallet out of 2 small logs? Yeah, well, what sort of mallet do you want? Do you want a mallet like a Thor type mallet, or are you looking for a carver's type mallet? If it's a carver's type mallet, yeah, get a nice bit of heartwood, because you really want the heartwood, you don't want the sapwood, it'll be too soft, and turn it on the lathe. If it's one of these, what you want is the grain running this way. So when you put the wedge in, or the handle, and knock it home, it's not going to split open. So that's the only 2 things I can give you with that one. And get pretty close to the quarter if you can. The closer you can get to the quarter, it doesn't matter if you're veneering or making hammers, the more stable it's going to be. I'm just assuming they're an older to my old man's. Yeah, look, I looked at a 660. I wanted to get myself a Magnum 660, but they're a couple of grand. It's 90 cc's, 25-inch bar. Oh boy, I went to pick one up the other day. No, they're too heavy. Yeah, that Brazilian one, the 38, that's heavy enough if you're doing a lot of big work. So, I don't know, see if they'll let you fire one up in the Stihl shop. Tom, I'm sure they will. A Thor type hammer, okay. Yeah, get the heartwood and get you want the growth ring here to be going that way. So it depends how big your hammer is, or if you want the whole round bit. I've never made one like that. Give it a go. I would seal both the ends with glue so they don't crack, and then drill through the middle. And this is just, no, that's not coming out. I thought it might have come out. Oh, there you go. And then what you do is you actually cut a mortise, but it's a tapered mortise, so it's wide here, narrow there, to the same angle. I think it's 2 degrees, the same angle as that. So when it goes in, this will lock and your head won't fly off. There you go. Give it a try. Give it a try. Or if you're going to make just a round one, make sure you put some wedges in the top to flare it out. Maybe if you drill a round hole and then flare out the hole a little bit, and then when you put your handle in, if it's going to be a round handle, cut it, put a wedge in and knock that home so it flares out of the top and your head won't come off. Should I carve it with some chisels? What are we up to now? Saw type. The carver's type is easier without a vise. Yeah. Should I carve it with some chisels? Well, you'll need chisels to get that mortise out. You can drill a lot of it. In fact, if you go on to my YouTube channel, Woodworking Masterclass, which you're obviously watching this on, I've got a couple of videos of making hammers. I think I gave that away to a friend of mine in Sweden. Benno, if you're watching, I hope you enjoyed your birthday, mate. And I'll show you how to make them, so check it out, get some ideas. And yeah, don't have the faces straight. You want a 2-degree bevel on that. The reason is, if it's straight, when you come down like that, you're actually going to be hitting here and digging this into your bench or your work. Whereas if you've got a 2-degree angle on it, when you come down, you're actually hitting whatever you're hitting flat. See how that's up at an angle, but that's flat? So that's worth thinking about. Well, I tell you what, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to pull the pin. I'm mixing my words up and I'm nearly falling over. So I will not work as hard next week. Next week, I promise we'll be back into doing the Forget-Me-Not stand. Remember the 4th of June, Theo and I start doing our streams. If I've got my new lathe next week, we might fire that up and have a look at it. I'll get on and do a more in-depth review of that moisture meter from Wagner, which is absolutely brilliant. Hopefully I'll be much closer to finishing the shed up there, and then I can get back and do more videos, because believe it or not, even though I haven't put them up, I've got heaps to do. Even the stream I did last week, the SD cards were still in the camera. So I've got to pull some videos out of that. I've got to do the whale tail. I don't know what other ones I've got up there, but I've got a heap. So please hang in there with me. I'm sorry if I'm not getting the videos up as quick, but life gets in the way of plans sometimes. As John Lennon once said, if you enjoy what you see, please hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to be a part of it and be a member of the Woodworking Masterclass, hit the join button. You will eventually get more videos, because I put shorter videos on YouTube and longer ones I post on the members channel, and bloopers that come up, and some insightful things. If you've got any questions and you remember, ask me. I'll do my very best to make a video to answer that question, and then I upload it onto the members only community channel, so it becomes a knowledge bank for all the members to get information from. So, such as making a mallet, who knows? So I think that's going to be it. I'm at the end of my energy level, I think. What have we got here? Just a note, the USA. Probably. Oh, there you go. Actually, this, speaking about that, Bill, this one here, this is satin sycamore, or satin sycamore, what else do they call it? Northern coachwood. And yeah, we drop this in. That's an idea. You can drop it in raw linseed oil and leave it for a couple of days, and all the oil will soak in, and that helps prevent it from splitting. So thanks for that, Bill. Appreciate that. See you next time, Steve. Oh, thanks, mate. I appreciate that, Brian. Oh, yeah, I'm going there too. I'm going to have a nanny nap. Nanny naps are better than grandpa naps because they're longer. I've worked that out. So anyway, that's it. This is Steve pulling the shed door down and saying thank you so much for your attention, your patience, your input, and I really enjoy coming down here and catching up with all you people, because it's a social outlet for me, which I thoroughly enjoy. So this is Steve pulling the shed door down and saying, remember, next week wear an apron to keep it sharp, use your Tormek, but more importantly, keep it safe, look after yourself, be kind to each other, and I look forward to having you in the workshop, at the workbench again very, very soon. So once again, if you like it, subscribe. If you want to join, please hit the join button. And I'll catch you all next week if I don't do another stream during the week. Till then, God bless. Take care. See ya.